Hello there. This is me, Tyler. Forgot what my username is on YouTube, but I did a few asthma or whatever it's called videos, and uh, background story. Didn't really like asthma that much. Sound of chewing really bothers me, and I remember I told my girlfriend at the time that why not just talk to people while you're eating, and she told me that's not a thing. So eventually, the whole mukbang thing became, I don't want to say huge, but I noticed it because she watched it. And I thought, why not I'll do that instead? I prefer that level of eating and interaction as opposed to just sitting there with a microphone in my face. So, this is my first video, and I've got a pretty well-balanced diet for the first one. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I'm pretty much eating what is my dinner at this moment, which my lunch, because I work overnights, like 8:30 to 4 in the morning. So for lunch, I saved from Wendy's an Asiago spicy chicken sandwich. Doesn't look very impressive because I microwaved it when I got home. And there's a small hair in it. Shit happens, I guess. But also, I was able to pick up, because of 4 in the morning, I was able to pick up a couple of McGriddles. Because, I mean, realistically speaking, if you're awake at 4 in the morning and you're not eating McGriddle, what kind of life is that? Don't know. And thankfully, because I have no self-respect for my body, and I have no food in my house because of my work schedule and school schedule, I'm probably going to be eating a lot of fast food on here, and regular food when I can. So let's get started. Don't want this to be too long. I have research paper to start and some other things, but time to eat. So traditionally what I'll do is, there's that hair. Traditionally what I'll do is, say hypothetically speaking, I'll get 2 items and then 1 item at a thing. So let's say beef, chicken, beef, I'll eat it in that order. You can't have chicken and then 2 beef or 2 beef and 1 chicken. That's just not Christian, with all due respect. But so I think I'm going to start out with one of the McGriddles. I already heated this up, so I'm just going to go straight to town on this thing. I'm going to put in some work on my caramel frappe, with extra caramel, of course. And let's start. So I don't know how good this is going to be or anything like that. This is my first time doing it, so please bear with me. I'm going to do this as often as I can. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy and get to know me and have a good time. So, Wendy's. I have lunch at midnight, give or take. At midnight every night at work. So I used to go Wendy's, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Taco Bell. But my old manager at Taco Bell, because I worked there for 5 years, unfortunately, decided to close the restaurant at midnight for winter hours, although it is now September. I don't understand it, but he does whatever the hell he wants. So now it's just Wendy's every day, I guess. So let's get started. I love this sandwich. I usually go with the spicy chicken go wrap and like a small dollar burger or whatever. But when I'm feeling frisky, I'll get the spicy Asiago chicken ranch sandwich and the Baconator. Double, not the triple, because I have somewhat self-respect for myself. Not a lot, obviously, but yeah, so love the sandwich. Absolutely, they kill it every single time. So, didn't really say much in my asthma or whatever the hell it's called. That little bit of background about me. My name's Tyler. from Connecticut. Go to school, work full-time, school full-time. Pretty stressful. So I just pig out on terrible food when I can. And it helps you get through the day, I guess. So this, I mean, Wendy's is probably the best fast food burger joint, I guess you could say. I believe it when they say the beef is real. I don't know. I mean, it's like McDonald's portion size are pathetic. Burger King's alright. Good every now and then, but Wendy's just never goes wrong. A little bit greasy, but never does you wrong. Hi. So yeah, that's me. I don't have many followers. Cat just knocked my lighter off the table. Excuse that. So yeah, I mean, hopefully, with me doing more of this, we get to know each other a little bit better. As I was saying, spicy Osego chicken ranch sandwich is probably the best chicken item that they have. I do recommend the spicy chicken go wrap. It's amazing. $2, not huge, not great, but you know, gets the job done. It tastes really good. And to be honest, I'm not really sure what to say during these things yet. I haven't watched one of these videos in a long time, so I'm sure I'll get the hang of it eventually. Sorry if it's a bit terrible for my first time, but you know, I'm eating and you're watching it, and yeah, we're both enjoying ourselves. So So I take psychology at school. After a long, tedious journey, have about 3 some odd semesters left based on what I can do with, you know, work schedule, school schedule, so on and so forth. Taking some, you know, pretty general classes, getting my stuff out of the way beforehand. I will say this though, the work is pretty tough, but the most frustrating class I have right now has to be guitar. I don't know how many people play guitar, and I assume a lot, but I'm a bass player behind me, and the main reason for that is I've got these fat, stubby fingers that just can't cross the neck of a real guitar, or you know, strings are too close together. So that's difficult. But I gotta say, I'm really excited because our class just learned how to play Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, which I have to say is really one of my favorite songs. It really hits home. Just listened to it for years. There's a lot of cheap remakes of it, which I don't think are. I mean, they're good. Artists are talented. Don't get me wrong, but you just can't beat the original ever. So there's that. So I gotta get to that after this and get better at playing that, as well as write a research paper soon. So this is just the in-between time. Back to the food. What I respect about Wendy's is, I mean, it just looks better. I don't know how much better it is, but it just looks a lot better. The bun is glazed. Chicken looks pretty good. The applewood smoked bacon. Yeah, it's just overall a pleasant time, and I like it a lot. I remember they had, geez, maybe like 2-3 years ago, they had the pretzel burger, which was literally to die for. It was burger with like the dipping nacho cheese, the pretzel bun on top. Absolutely tremendous. but they don't have that anymore, and they're not really doing much promotional things now. So, for the time being, this is it. I'm not complaining. Really good. White meat chicken, if it is chicken. Not like anyone really cares. But God, I love this sandwich. I highly recommend it to anyone who goes to Wendy's. Fries are great and all, but you know, you eat a Baconator and a big chicken sandwich and you can't really put down some fries. There's one thing I don't like about Wendy's. It's gotta be the drink selection. I find myself just mixing fruit punch and Sprite. And you know, that does it pretty fair. You get your sweet fruity drink and you get your fizzy stomach settling drink for all the terrible greasy food. But I'm just gonna finish this up. McGriddles are screaming my name. So what I do at work is I work at a beer distribution place. So essentially, every night, restaurant, bar, strip club, restaurant, bar, strip club. I don't know what else sells alcohol, but they put in orders. We have orders on a piece of paper, and so we just drive around these machines and just pick out cases of beer, put them on a pallet. Pallet gets loaded on a truck. Truck comes to you, and you drink the beer, so long as you live in Connecticut or New York. So it's fun. Have a good time. Met some really interesting people. Made some friends way outside of my age range, talking like 10 some odd years older than me. Just hang out, have a good time. And oh, easy brain freeze already. Oof. So that's fun. It's nice and all. Comes with great benefits, whatever. But I gotta say, it is astonishing to see so much alcohol in one building. Like, we're talking millions, easily millions of dollars, as far as the eye can see. And it's heaven for some people. I literally hit McDonald's at 4:01 to pick this up because you know they started at 4. So here is probably the first McGriddle of their breakfast shift. It looks great. Tastes great. As always. No napkin, as always. God, I love this sandwich. McDonald's has great breakfast food. The rest of it's fairly decent, but McGriddles are great. Not really sure. Not really feel like Egg McMuffin. I gotta be honest. When I eat a English muffin, it usually comes toasted, and I'll just put like peanut butter, drizzle some honey on top of it. My roommate just recently bought cinnamon raisin English muffins and puts cream cheese on that. And that's pretty good, but I'm just a diehard peanut butter fan. Love the protein. Love everything about it. It's great. What are you doing? Not really sure what to talk about, to be honest. Like I said before, I don't want to get too in depth with things or things that might be controversial or bother people. But I just want to say really quickly that watching the news is painful. Absolutely painful. Hillary's a crook. Trump is a friggin' psychopath. And personally, I hate American news networks. I watch and I read a lot of BBC and Al Jazeera because, you know, they're not politically driven by the American corporations or things like that. And it's just, you know, it's wild to see what's going on in the world nowadays. It's really insane. For a date reference, it's September 21st right now. Just recently, yesterday, we had a black man who was stalled in the middle of the road in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If anyone cares about Tulsa, Oklahoma, sorry if you're from there. If you're from there, it's a great place. It's just wild. Like, you just watch the videos of these police officers, and I'm not bashing anyone, you know, thank you for serving, thank you for protecting, but, you know, every bushel of apples has, you know, a couple rotten apples here and there. It's crazy. You just watch these videos that surface, and, you know, like in this one video particularly, you see the helicopter view of just this guy just hands in the air, complying, just walking to his car, and he just gets gunned down. And, you know, upon reading further, you find out that it took 40 minutes for them to even go and see if he was okay. Granted, he was, you know, obviously shot dead, and after 40 minutes of bleeding out, you're gonna die anyway. But, I mean, you know, they get put on paid leave, and it's, you know, it sparks this whole big schism in the country and between the Americans. It's really hard to watch. You know, it's hard to watch people do that, and it's hard to watch people suffer like that. It really is. It's really sad. I just recently, just like a half hour ago, I was hanging out, having a couple beers with my work friends, and I just saw, you know, there's riots going on in North Carolina, and I was down there a little while ago, and yeah, North Carolina is pretty Republican, let's put it that way. Just riots in the street, you know, people are dying, it's a scary thing out there, and, you know, the amount of prejudice that happens is just sad. Like, you know, like, just the divide that we have, just, you know, puts a lot of, I don't want to say perspective, but it's just like, you know, you think about these things and you never think it's going to happen, and it just happens every day. And, you know, in relation to that, the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, him, you know, sitting or kneeling or whatever he's doing, you know, it's like, you know, people are dying, people are fighting, people are killing each other, and everyone just cares about some guy who's paid a lot of money, and he just sits there during the anthem. Like, come on. First of all, we need a new anthem. I saw, you know, this thing, and I really support Sonic Adventure 2 theme song as the national anthem. It's a great song. Look it up if you get a chance. Powerful song. And a lot from your childhood you get there. But, you know, you have this guy who's standing up for, you know, human rights and donating over $1 million to equality and to foundations, and, you know, people are just giving this guy death threats, and, you know, this is really eye-opening. I feel like our country is taking a step in the past, 4 or 5 steps in the past. But, I mean, I'm not here to get all political and things like that. It's just, you know, I saw that today, and that just really kind of resonated a little bit. It's a damn shame. It really is. Granted, I don't know why people care if you sit or stand or anything. I mean, if that guy's standing over there, hey man, you're standing over there. Why are you looking at me over here? Like, people just find things to freak out about, and it's not nice, to say the very least. Anyway, back to this McGriddle, because the second one's gonna get cold if I don't leave it. out of my stomach. Because I'm talking more than I'm eating. Anyway, I think the whole, I don't know what's inside the little pancake they have here, but like the syrup in the pancake and the phenomenal. A great idea. I remember as a kid, we used to have these pancake molds, and what you would do is you had like the little, it was like a, it looked like a Smucker's Uncrustable almost. It was a pancake, and you put it in the little mold, then you just put like somewhat of like a syringe type of thing. You can just like squirt syrup and jelly and just cram all these things into this one pancake, and then, you know, it took off, and it was a lot of fun, as well as it came with a lot of very bad ideas. Can't remember many right now, nor would I probably want to, but you can imagine the things that people would put inside of a pancake if people are making these. But like I said, this is my first video so far. Not really sure what to touch grounds on, touch base on, where to go, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating or being slow to the punch or anything like that. Oh, I got something. My buddy Anthony, very, very Italian, and hilariously Italian, actually. Like, you know, the slick back hair, the wife beater, all that noise. And he told me this joke today that I just, you know, it's not like a terrible joke, but it's funny. So, you all know the Three Little Pigs story. Wolf comes, blows the house down, straw house, stick house, brick house. So I'll just segue straight to the brick house. So, two pigs run into their older brother's house, and, oh, hello. That's my stinky lady back there. And so two pigs run into the house. The older brother has a brick house. Wolf's not going to blow it down, obviously. So pigs walk in. They say, "Help! Help! The big bad wolf's coming. He blew down my straw house, and he blew down his stick house." So the wolf says, third wolf says, "Excuse me, I'm going to make a phone call real quick." And so the wolf's outside, you know, talking all his smack, saying, "I'm going to huff, I'm going to puff, I'm going to blow this house down, etc., etc." And then maybe a minute or two later, black Cadillac pulls up. Two guys in, you know, two furry, really hairy guys come out of the car. They just like smack the wolf in the head and throw him in the trunk of the car. And the one pig says to the oldest brother, he says, "Who was that?" And then the guy goes like, "It's okay. I called our Italian cousins the guinea pigs." Which, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. It was a cute little joke with, you know, mild offensiveness to it, but I thought it was funny. Good joke. Good friends, guys. What the hell? What are you doing? You know, I remember watching these videos, and I would sit there and be like, how the hell does someone take this long to eat something and then just talk to somebody? But here I am sitting at 24 and a half minutes, and I'm not even done with my third McGriddle yet. So, I mean, this one's probably going to be a long one until I figure out how to boil this down to more efficient time for me and you. But I appreciate you sticking with me if you still have. What else? besides another McGriddle, of course. I think, I'm not being biased because I work there, and because I work there, so I know what's actually in the food. Not what's in the food, but I know how the food's prepared and all that. But I'm still gonna have to go and say Taco Bell is probably my top choice for fast food. It's just got, you know, you have all these places with burgers, chicken sandwiches, and then you have Taco Bell, which is tacos and burritos, and who doesn't love a good taco and or burrito? Sometimes they'll even promote it with having the two of them in the same thing. And how great is that? But I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Taco Bell because I really miss eating it now that they put winter hours in September. Go figure. So my Taco Bell go-to, and hopefully I'll be able to bring it home sometime. My Taco Bell go-to is always and forever Fiery Gordita Crunch. And remember they had the Gordita Crunch with it was called Baja sauce. It was like a pepper jack sauce that went over, and they replaced that with the spicy ranch. It was not very bueno. And so instead, what I get is, especially on the fiery one, I get chipotle and sour cream, which is very good back and forth flavor, I would say. A lot of times the promotional stuff's really good. The Frito burrito, or no, not the Frito burrito, the Beefy Crunch burrito, because there's two different things now. With the hot Fritos in it, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So pretty much, you know, those two things are my go-to. Back when I was a small, fat child, I used to get Gordita Crunch, the chicken quesadilla meal with a soft taco, and then Fiesta potatoes, and then a 5-layer burrito, or a cheesy double beef burrito, which was a very long-lived delicacy that came to an end way too soon. They brought it back a little while and all that stuff, but I gotta say, Taco Bell is probably one of the best there is out there. Maybe by drunken or high people standards, not so much as like USDA standards or anything like that, but so good. I was there for I was there for 5 years. In that 5 years, I made the groundbreaking Doritos Locos Taco for the first time when that finally came out. I remember I actually left work early to go around into the drive-thru to make sure I ordered the very first one the store sold. So I did that. You know, the nacho cheese, the Cool Ranch, and the fiery. Came and saw all of those, as well as the Cantina menu, which I don't think it's not that special. It's kind of like a Chipotle knockoff, which I'm not a fan of Chipotle. Taco Bell loyalty. And then the Taco Bell breakfast. Boy, was that something, I'll say. I'm not going to go into too many details about what's behind the secrets, but it's just, I don't know. I would sit there and say, I don't like greasy things for breakfast as I sit here and eat this McGriddle straight to my face. But the McGriddle is a Time American classic, I think. I mean, just look at that. Look at that. You got the bacon, mimic egg, I guess, some fake cheese, and in between that you have these pancakes, little M on them, and just little drops of syrup inside of it, and it's amazing. I love it. Can't get away from it. And every time I'm awake late, you know, when work gets out at like, sometimes it gets out at like 2, like today I got out at 2, but sometimes I'll be working until like 5, 6, 7 in the morning, and what better thing to do than grab this and go home and plow it through my mouth hole. I recommend it. It's great. Not every day like I do, but when you're as busy as I am, I just don't really get a chance to go shopping. I don't really have much food in my house, at least food that's mine. My roommate, who he will probably join me on a few of these every now and then. He cooks some pretty good stuff. I think he made some homemade cornbread or banana bread tonight. Don't know which one, but so he'll make some things and we'll eat at like 3, 4 in the morning sometimes. Depends. What's the matter, baby girl? And so that's a good time. Keep feeling like I have to apologize for this video because it's so long and not much content, but I take my time when I eat. If I want to do an hour-long video, that'd be crazy. But, oh, I'm getting those, getting the heavy breathing. You feel the sweats coming on. I don't even know if I can put this whole thing down. I'm going to, but very good. Yeah, once again, like I said, I don't really have a whole lot to bring to the table other than these McGriddles at the moment. I do have to go back and do some research, another brain freeze, and see the content of a lot of these videos. Whew. Jeez. Sitting like a brick right here. Alright. Let me find out. Yeah, sitting right here. Very good. No, not, but very good at the same time. I don't want to say hitting a wall per se, but you get to a certain point where you just look at what you're eating and you get a little disappointed, mainly in yourself, but it's still good. Don't get me wrong, but there's just something about looking at that, staring down the barrel of a loaded gun sometimes. I don't know if that's the cat. I don't know if that's me. I don't know whose that is, but with one bite left, whatever, not my problem. Oh, jeez. Oh man, the last bite's the hardest. Luckily, I got the extra caramel. So I get to, when I'm done, just wrap this around and I don't know if there's actually any coffee in this, to be honest with you. I don't know how coffee works. Is it a latte, a coffee, cappuccino, espresso, or whatever? And there's the frappe. I'm not really sure what's in it. Not like it matters at all, but like 5 in the morning, coffee's not the best thing when you want to go to sleep, I guess. Oh, my lung capacity is god awful. So much caramel. So yeah, just bored. Thought I'd just, start doing this. Talked about it with my roommate last night, which, I'll make a recommendation real quick. I've been talking about, and he finally found it for me. These kettle cooked chips by Deep River, and it's sweet Maui onion, and it's just got the finest initial taste as well as the finest aftertaste. It's literally crack, fire, fuego, any variation of the word whatsoever. So hopefully he'll be on here eventually. Some other guest eaters and speakers, some nice conversations, metaphysical, philosophical, ethical, so on and so forth. At this time, I'm going to have a cigarette, which you don't have to join me for, but I enjoy the social aspect of smoking. Cover it up like there's wind blowing in here or anything. Besides, who doesn't love, for smokers at least, who doesn't love an after meal cigarette? Especially when you stuff your face with greasy, fattening food. There's nothing like it. So, like I said, some people don't join me. Many people do on my cigarette moments, or not moments, but my cigarette sessions. So, if you don't like smoking, then feel free to. It's great to meet you. Great to see you again, if that's the case. But yeah, you can expect a nice little smoking chat at the end of it, especially with more people around. It is now 5 in the morning. Unfortunately, I have class today, in about 10 hours, which for the most part I'll probably sleep for, realistically, probably 9 of those 10 hours. I'm going to wake up, do some last minute homework, got to practice that amazing Leonard Cohen song. It never hurts to, learn something new. It's a really fun experience. It's a great thing. So, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot much else to finish on. Like I said, 1,001 times, because I repeat myself and always apologizing for something. So, yeah, first video, long video. Thanks for sticking around if you did. If not, hopefully I caught you and you'd like to come back next time. I'm not the only one seeing that, right? There's a... For those of you who can't see it, if it's not there on the recording, the ember of my cigarette is reflecting a purple light on my arm, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you want to, if you want to see more, talk more. Very open to responding to comments or anything like that. Any food suggestions, I'll try to go out and maybe pick up some things. Not really big on making food with time constraints and all those things like that. But ow, that hurt a little bit. So yeah, I'll cut this short because I'm reaching past 40 minutes now. I'll have to look into how long these videos are not supposed to be, but conventionally and traditionally how long they are. But thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around, if you did, and maybe see you tomorrow or the next day or whenever I get a chance to sit down and have a meal. But thanks for watching. See you next time.